Savoring Food Safety, The Benefits of Proper Handling and Prep by Colleen Mriglot. While foods can provide nutrition and culinary delights, the importance of safe handling to prevent foodborne illness is necessary for our well-being. Ensuring food safety cannot be overstated. Safe food handling methods minimize the risk of foodborne illnesses. According to the U.S. Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, also known as the CDC, 1 in 6 people become ill each year from food-related illness. Additionally, approximately 3,000 people die from these sicknesses. Common foodborne illnesses and treatments. Food poisoning can occur from things like bacteria, molds, and toxins, parasites, and allergens. Depending on the amount and the sensitivity of the person, symptoms include stomach nausea and cramps, vomiting, diarrhea, and fever. In severe cases, a person can develop severe dehydration, and even septic shock. Bacterial infections, such as some strains of E. coli, can have life-threatening consequences. Common exposure to E. coli is through contaminated food, but it can also be contagious and thus spread from person to person. Symptoms usually begin within a few days, but can develop more than a week later. If symptoms are severe and bloody diarrhea is present, medical attention should be sought. Most people recover without requiring medical treatment, but young children and older adults are at risk of developing life-threatening kidney failure. Treatment may include treating digestive issues, fluids and rest, or antibiotics, depending on the strain. If kidney damage occurs, dialysis may be necessary. Another common source of food poisoning is salmonella. This bacterium has a similar symptoms to E. coli, and symptoms can present sooner. Contamination sources can occur through animal or human feces and their environments. Fully cooking affected foods can help prevent infections. Some types of salmonella only live in humans and can cause serious typhoid fever, which requires treatment of antibiotics. Some people can develop related medical conditions following an infection, such as reactive arthritis, causing joint pain and other symptoms. Early E. coli outbreak in Washington state. You may be familiar with the food contamination outbreak that occurred in Washington state beginning in 1992, when fast food restaurant Jack in the Box failed to cook its beef patties at a high enough temperature to kill the E. coli bacterium that was present. 4 children died as a result of the outbreak, and many people were hospitalized. In his book, Poisoned, the true story of the deadly E. coli outbreak that changed the way Americans eat, Jeff Benedict chronicles the progression of how people became infected, fell ill, and died. He presents a fascinating journey of Seattle attorney Bill Mahler, who was a persistent and creative advocate for his clients throughout that ordeal. At that time, in the early to mid-90s, I was fortunate to have worked with Mr. Mahler as a paralegal. I was always impressed with the level of diligence and passion he brought to his work. He is now a nationally recognized legal mind, policymaker, and leader in the fight against foodborne illness. You can read more about him and food-related safety laws at mahlerclark.com. That's MARLERCLARK.com. The following is a list of good food hygiene tips based on the CDC's recommendations. Hand wash with soap and water before handling food, especially when touching raw meats and eggs. Use utensils and gloves when handling ready-to-eat foods to avoid direct contact with hands. Thoroughly clean and sanitize kitchen surfaces to avoid cross-contamination by using separate cutting boards for raw meat, poultry, seafood, and vegetables. Avoid tasting food with the same utensil used for stirring or cooking unless it has been properly cleaned. Remember to regularly wash kitchen towels, dishcloths, and sponges to prevent the buildup of bacteria. Refrigerate perishable foods promptly to maintain a temperature of 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius or below, and store in sealed containers or plastic bags to prevent dripping juices onto other foods. Thaw frozen foods in the refrigerator under cold running water or in the microwave with the defrost setting. Avoid thawing at room temperature to prevent bacterial growth. Cook foods to reach safe internal temperatures. These include beef and pork to 140 degrees Fahrenheit for roasts and steaks, or 160 degrees Fahrenheit for ground meats and sausage, poultry to 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and whole or filleted seafood to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, or until the flesh is opaque and pearly white for shellfish. See seafoodsafety.gov for more safe handling temperatures. Refrigerate leftovers within 2 hours of cooking or when the ambient temperature is above 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Watch for expiration dates on packaged foods and regularly inspect your refrigerated food for spoiled items. For raw fruits and vegetables, clean them with running water, even if you plan to peel them, to remove dirt and bacteria. Use a food cleaning brush for tougher skinned foods like potatoes and carrots. Avoid consuming raw eggs and unpasteurized products, as these may contain harmful bacteria. Teach children about the importance of hand washing and safe food handling. By incorporating these home food safety tips into your daily routine, you can create a healthier and safer kitchen environment for you and your family. Prioritizing food safety not only prevents foodborne illnesses, but also contributes to the overall well-being of everyone in the household. Protecting food during a power outage. In emergency situations, such as loss of power due to storms or even resulting from an earthquake or other natural disasters, protecting food is essential. The USDA suggests that refrigerated food is safe during power outages for up to 4 hours. You should keep the door shut as much as possible and get rid of food that is more susceptible to bacterial growth, such as meat, fish, and eggs, when the power loss is greater than 4 hours. The USDA also recommends, when in doubt, throw it out. Colleen Mriglot is an attorney practicing personal injury law on Bainbridge Island. She offers legal representation in catastrophic injury, motor vehicle collisions, dangerous premises, dog attacks, and more.